All right, the bots. I'm finna ping. Yeah, I can start now.
We can start now. Right now. All right, you want to go first, Diego? Diego.
No fucking way.
But Diego, don't piss me off, bro.
Ask me if you want to go first.
Hello?
Yeah, Diego, are you going to go first?
We can flip a coin.
Okay, I'll take heads.
I'll take tails. So want to just Google it or?
Nigga, it's a coin bot in chat.
Well, I don't know that, man. I don't know.
It was tails. So I'll go first. You know, Pain is stated to be the strongest Akatsuki member.
Can you send the statement?
Yeah,
you
I
mean
got
you. You guys do it.
It's the weekly chapter statement. I'm sure you know it.
I'll let you send it.
I don't really want to look for statements, but it's just one. All right, it's in scans.
Scans? Okay. So this statement says, strongest man in the Akatsuki pursues Naruto next time. So this would mean next time. Also, these statements here are meant to hype up the next chapter of the manga.
It doesn't necessarily disqualify.
All right, let me finish. These statements here at the end of the chapters are meant to hype up the next chapter of the manga or what's going to happen in the next chapter of the manga and in the next chapter of the manga, which the statement also says next time in it. But in the next chapter of the manga, Itachi pursues Naruto to have a conversation.
It's like bar for bar, my fucking argument. Anyways, all right, so let me uncook this for you. So first off, it's already been confirmed to us in the data book that Itachi was going to chase Naruto. So it's like a different narrative, and these these weekly statements are usually separate from the data book. They don't just reinforce what's already stated in the data book.
Okay,
Second,
well,
wait, hold on. You gave me
sorry.
three.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's my bad. Go ahead.
Second, what it says is the strongest man in the Akatsuki pursues Naruto, and then it has a punctuation, and then it says next time in pursuit of Itachi. We already knew they were pursuing Itachi, and then in the next chapter, it reinforces that it was a coincidence that Naruto ends up running into Itachi instead of running into Sasuke, because at that point they had Sasuke, Itachi, and Team 7 in that forest. So instead of running into Sasuke like they're planning to, they ran into Itachi by coincidence, which it says. And then third, it would just narratively fit better with statements we already have about Pain, because Pain has statements about being like invincible.
Okay, you're shotgunning.
You gave me 3 points to attack. I'm attacking
I didn't
on 3.
give you 3 points. My main point was that this refers to the next chapter. Okay. And in the next chapter, Itachi pursues Naruto.
So you got any problems with the 2 things I said then?
What were your 2 things? Because you said like a lot there.
I only said 2 things. I said the data book already confirmed that Itachi was pursuing Naruto, so it seems to be a different narrative than what this is pushing. And I established that you were talking about how it hypes up the next chapter, right? And I said it is hyping up the next chapter, but it says the strongest man in the Akatsuki pursues Naruto. Then it has a punctuation in that idea. And then it says next time, and it tells us in pursuit of Itachi. So it is hyping up the next chapter to be the pursuit of Itachi.
Okay. Well, firstly, if you're using like this weekly statement, I don't see how you can like use a data book too alongside it. But
the data book was to confirm that the narrative of Itachi pursuing Naruto is something different from this one.
Can you send me the data book statement?
Yeah, I got you. It's in C-ROM's server.
Oh my God.
Post it for you. Here, that's a scan. It just confirms that Itachi's been trying to verify things about Naruto for a while now. We see him already try and verify something about Naruto back when he introduced Naruto versus Chio. And then later we find out he's trying to verify something about Naruto again or the same thing about Naruto, where he continues to ask him those questions about like revolving around Sasuke, because
So your point is that Itachi's already been pursuing Naruto?
yeah, for a while.
Okay, well
now.
this statement could just mean that in the next chapter, the strongest man in the Akatsuki pursues Naruto. This just means that in the next chapter we're going to see that pursuit. It doesn't say that it starts next chapter.
The statement actually doesn't really say in the next chapter it'll pursue Naruto.
Well, it says
What it
next
says is
time.
wait.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because I already
my
addressed
bad.
that.
My bad. Go ahead.
I said the strongest man in the Akatsuki pursues Naruto, right? And then it has a punctuation to end that idea. And then it says next time in pursuit of Itachi. So it's hyping up the next chapter as the pursuit of Itachi, while it's saying while it's confirming that the strongest man pursues Naruto. And in the previous chapter, Obito already verified that Pain would be the one pursuing Itachi by kind of like poking at Pain to say, okay, well, I mean, this Naruto guy's getting pretty strong and he has like strong people around him. Are you really going to be able to do it? And Conan like shuts him down pretty fast.
Well, let me look at this chapter real quick. Okay, I have my point. Just let me like get my brain together before I say this shit. Okay. Next time in pursuit of Itachi just refers to the fact, because this is like the chapter right after Deidara died. So this is referring to Sasuke's pursuit of Itachi, not Itachi's pursuit of Naruto. Hence why it says in pursuit of Itachi, not Itachi's pursuit of
already
Naruto.
talked about this.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did, because I told you it says in pursuit of Itachi, right? So it's already been established in previous chapters that we have 3 elements to the next chapter, which is going to be happening. And that's that Sasuke and Naruto are pursuing Itachi. And then in the next chapter, it confirms that Naruto, even though it's like these 3 people who could have easily run into each other, Naruto coincidentally ends up running to Itachi instead of Sasuke, who he's looking for Sasuke. Meanwhile, or actually, no. Naruto is pursuing Itachi and Sasuke.
Okay, wait. I'm going to interrupt you real quick, but it's just because this kind of led on to something else. I want to like get over or like go ahead and conclude on the point where I said that it says the strongest man in the Akatsuki pursues Naruto as like a reference to the next chapter, but that doesn't mean that the pursuit started next chapter. It could just show us that pursuit, like and it's already like commenced. Did we like come to a conclusion on that, or before we move on to the next thing?
What do you say exactly? What you want to conclude?
Okay, so I said that I said you told me that Itachi has already been pursuing Naruto, and this is not a new thing. And I said, all right, that's fine. The statement that the strongest man in the Akatsuki pursues Naruto can just be showing us a pursuit that's already going on, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it begins the next chapter.
It doesn't begin the next chapter. I'm saying it begins this chapter. Because the statement about the strongest man pursuing Naruto, these weekly statements, you realize as they come, they're like, they not only refer to what's happening in the current chapter, but then they give us something about the next chapter. Like, I'm sure you've been reading the JJK leaks as they come. The JJK leaks, they, like, when Gojo wins the battle, you realize it goes like, the battle of, or when Gojo supposedly wins the battle, they go like, oh yeah, Gojo, the battle of Shinjuku has been etched into the walls or whatever. I don't really remember exactly what it says. But it goes along with this chapter. So in this chapter, we learn that Pain is like this strong guy who Conan has to like shut down Obito because Obito's like poking at him, telling him just how strong Naruto could be, or could become. And then in the immediate next chapter, and then in the next thing, it tells us that the next chapter will be about the pursuit of Itachi, who Naruto is pursuing Itachi and Sasuke. Well, he's pursuing Itachi in hopes that he'll indirectly lead him to Sasuke. So the pursuit of like Itachi is pretty much just a different thing from the strongest man in the Akatsuki, which is telling us the strongest man in the Akatsuki is in this chapter, who would be Pain.
Yeah, but by that same logic, so you're saying the strongest man in the Akatsuki pursues Naruto is referring to this chapter, right?
Yeah, the things that are occurring at the end of this chapter.
Well, by that same logic, you could say that in pursuit of Itachi refers to Sasuke's pursuit of Itachi and not, like, Hold on, my mind is scattered. Oh my god.
Who the in pursuit of Itachi part is, that's not really relevant to anything else. Because that would still lead to the conclusion that the thing that's being hyped up next chapter is the pursuit of Itachi, right? And then the strongest man statement is about this chapter.
Mm. All right. I concede. You got me.
You concede the whole
Yeah.
debate.
Or unless, did you want to like actually
Let's
scale or
see.
just talk about this statement?
I have a couple different scales, I think.
If you want, we can talk about them. But I thought we were just going to talk about this statement.
Mm. You want to switch sides? Because I have a scale for Itachi.
No, I want to stick with Itachi.
I kind of wanted to use this Itachi scale.
So what are we doing? You want to like concede on this
You
debate
don't
with
need to
the statement,
concede.
or like?
You can move on.
Okay, we can move on then. We can move on.
All right. Do you have any scaling for Itachi, or do you want me to scale pain a different way?
You could. Well, I mean, you could scale pain a different way.
Let me think. Shit. I want to do something with. Oh yeah. Okay, so. Six two. All right, I dropped the scale.
Fatigue, pain over 6 tails over 8 times. Hold on, someone's at my door.
FBI at his fucking door? What the fuck? I heard down the call.
Yeah, I swatted his ass because he conceded early.
That's on recording, by the way.
You don't play this nigga Vice. He's playing Luno Light in 2023.
He keeps asking me who's stronger, Deborah or Cell. Hey,
Such a fucking dick sucker. What's
hey,
wrong
I'm
with
not
you?
gonna lie, clown.
Hey,
It's
clown,
cool,
calm down. This is on recording, bitch. Calm the fuck down.
Hey, I'm not gonna take
I
a
will turn you
definitive stand,
Really?
but I'm just gonna say Goku says who would win that fight, bro.
Hey, yo,
I'm
Victor,
saying.
my goat says who'd win that fight.
step back, nigga.
Look at him.
Wait, Victor, send me the statement.
The state.
Yeah.
I don't
Wait,
know
he
if I
said
can.
he said Cell will win?
No,
No.
he said Deborah would win, of course.
Come on, keep that fucking statement to his. How the fuck
So,
aside
wait.
to be the main villain? Anyway,
That main villain is long surpassed.
Who got that Troy meme, bro? Hey, y'all. I don't know where that shit at.
don't nobody.
Diego really got swatted. That's my bad, bro.
Hey,
Victor, shut up.
Niggas been Deborah, the pink ass nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Deborah is kind of lame, but does win. So.
No, you're not, bro. Deborah
He does not
probably
win.
top 10.
Cell could two-shot Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
Please. No, we can't do this.
Hey, Cloudy, you blocked. Don't ever DM me again, gang. You're fucking blocked.
Buhan versus Kid Buu.
Cloudy, you know, Cloudy once said he
I'm
isn't
telling
black.
you, the stronger villain just comes later in the arc, and Kid Buu comes later, so it's pretty obvious who wins.
Because I said
That is,
that he asked for.
the stronger villain does not always come later.
Yo, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Anyway.
I posted the scale already.
Yeah, enough. So fatigue, pain, 6 tails, Itachi. Sounds good. This scale works under the presumption that Itachi is relative to MS Sasuke.
I got you.
Damn.
Itachi just confirms it.
Also, Itachi, or you go ahead, you go ahead. I don't want to.
Let's do one link at the scale, or actually, yeah, let's do one link at the scale. Okay. Itachi just confirms that once Sasuke has eyes like his, he'll be on his level. We also have later statements that confirm that there's statements in the 5 Kage Summit that kind of just tell us that Sasuke as he grows is encroaching on these Itachi levels.
There's nothing in these scans where Itachi tells Sasuke to get the Mangekyo that implies that he would be exactly the same strength as him. He just says that he'll find him again.
I can find the ability. You felt anger and hatred. Hope to surpass me, so I'll let you live just for your sake. Just like me, you're not even worthy of killing. And someday when you have eyes like mine, you'll find me again. Yeah, he doesn't think he's worthy now, but he thinks once he gets eyes like his, he'll be worthy to come even fight. And then we get more confirmation that when Heavy Sasuke pulls up, he's like, you're still not worthy, you don't have these eyes yet. So how could you even hope to be here? But he thinks if he gets the MS Sasuke, he'll be worthy of it.
Well, it's just that he doesn't say anything about his strength in the scans. He just says that he'll find.
He doesn't need to say it. We can imply it because if he doesn't think he's worthy
worth killing is very subjective. There's no way to someone could be weaker than you and you could still find them to be worth killing. That doesn't really mean anything.
I mean, Itachi doesn't seem to think so. Itachi seems to think that the only way someone will become worth killing to him is to gain a new level of power. And to attach this thing to a new level of power will be kind of weird if it just had nothing to do with power.
Again, Sasuke could gain this new level of power, and there's nothing that doesn't necessarily inherently mean that he'll.
If he gains this new level of power and then becomes worthy of killing, right? He doesn't even think Sasuke can reach him when he has the 3 Tomo, and then he gains this new level of power and becomes worthy of killing. It probably means that it would be a worthwhile fight for Itachi.
Worth killing probably refers to taking his eyes for the EMS, because that's what he tried to do when Sasuke already there's nothing here or later on.
Itachi already kind of says that he would just take it, or it's a lie, but he says he'll take Sasuke's MS before he even gets, or take his eyes before he even gets MS. When they're fighting, Itachi puts Sasuke under a genjutsu where he's ripping out his eyes. And the whole time he's talking about how he's gonna take Sasuke's eyes anyways.
So do you want to get someone to like judge this? Because I don't think we can come to like this specific
Well, I mean,
point.
we can move on. If you think you won this point, then you can just attack another part of the scale.
All right. Like I said, I don't want to like move on without context. But like I said, I don't think that nothing in this skin inherently implies that Sasuke will be like as strong as Itachi just as soon as he gets the MS. And it only says when you have the same eyes as I, you will find me again. Like there will be a fight, but like no one really knows what's going to happen in it. Like even Itachi doesn't say that he'll beat him or kill him. He just implies that it'll be like closer than it is now, which obviously because Sasuke's like a fucking fetus right now. But anyway,
Right. You done or?
Yeah.
Wait. I got.
Okay. My bad.
Anyways, statement just implies that Sasuke is like not worth anything to him right now, and then when he comes back, he implies again that it needs to be a new level of power before it can be worth killing. If he doesn't consider someone to be this weak who's worth killing, he probably would think that a stronger Sasuke would be a more worthwhile fight for him. And if the fight's more worthwhile, it probably implies some level of relativity. Who just added me? All right. You got any other problems with the scale?
How do you get 6 tails over Itachi?
If MS Sasuke is relative to Itachi, what? Hold on. Okay, if MS Sasuke is relative to Itachi, and then Naruto thinks that with the 9 tails power, he can beat Sasuke, then it would probably mean that Sasuke he can bring back Sasuke, I should say.
The only
Then,
things. Well, I'm sorry. You go ahead and finish. My bad.
then it would probably imply that the Six Tails is like over.
Naruto only thinks that he can beat Sasuke once he gets like complete mastery of the Nine Tails, not like
He never
freaking
says
the fuck out, like
complete mastery.
rampaging with it.
He never says
Huh?
complete mastery. He says he just needs the Nine Tails power, and depending on what you think the Nine Tails power is, even if you think it's KCM1, the Six Tails is probably just like stronger than KCM1.
Okay, well let's go ahead and talk about this Nine Tails mastery thing real quick. The thing Naruto
When you say Nine Tails mastery, first off, which version of Nine
I'm
Tails?
about to explain. Wait, what? What do you mean version of the Nine Tails?
Like, do you mean KCM2? Do you mean KCM1?
Probably KCM2 because Naruto. Okay, this is after Naruto doesn't really think much about. I sent a scan and scans. When Naruto thinks about like, he thinks about like Kurama chakra, and then he's like, oh, I need the Nine Tails chakra to fight Sasuke. He's thinking about like during the pain fight. And during the pain fight, we know like Minato talked to Naruto and he said, hey, you need to master this power to like fight Obito.
Minato brings up like the mastery of the power in order to beat Obito. But when Naruto makes this statement and thinks back, he thinks back to the Six Tails. Naruto probably wouldn't even have any knowledge on any KCM2 level of power because
Yeah, but
KCM2
I didn't get to finish my point. I didn't get to finish my point.
Oh, finish then.
So after Minato says that to Naruto, Naruto kind of has like that bar in mind for what he needs to master, what is like what he considers to be like using Kurama's chakra, and then that statement from Minato again is like brought up when Naruto transforms into KCM2. So he probably does mean like KCM2.
Right, but once again, Minato says mastery. In this statement, Naruto doesn't really say mastery. He says, I need the Nine Tails power, right? And then he thinks back to the Six Tails. And he also doesn't really know what Minato would mean by mastery. Because mastery to Naruto, in Naruto's mind, could just be like having the full power of the Six Tails. Especially since he doesn't really know who Obito is at this point, or how strong Obito is. So Minato can mean KCM2, while Naruto is thinking of more like a KCM, like a Six Tails KCM type power up.
I mean, I think our
Because
interpretation.
the most
Okay, there's no. All right, you go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
actually, nah, because I low-key forgot my point when you started talking. So
You did, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't really think there's any way that either interpretation can get over the other.
I just think that Naruto thinking back to the Six Tails when he thinks I need the Nine Tails power to bring back Sasuke, and then he doesn't really specify mastery the way that Minato does. So he probably doesn't really think, since he's not thinking of mastery, could just very well be more likely be the Six Tails. And then even if you want to say like, okay, well it's KCM1 levels of power, like we'll see that when Naruto was pulling out KCM1 chakra, I can show you he pulls out Six Tails chakra. He pulls out Six Tails worth of chakra, and then Naruto and KCM can't make a Biju bomb, but Six Tails and Naruto can make a Biju bomb, which would just indicate better chakra control than the Six Tails.
I'm sorry. Say that again. I was looking for a scan.
I was saying, okay, so first off, I just think that the lack of the word mastery when Naruto's talking implies, and the thinking back to the Six Tails implies that he's thinking about like a controlled Six Tails worth of power. And then if you want to say he means like more like a KCM1 type thing, KCM1 Naruto we see during that like struggle, he pulls out Six Tails worth of chakra, so he got an equal amount of chakra because he shelves the rest of his chakra. And then we see the Six Tails is able to create Biju bombs, but KCM1 Naruto can't, which would indicate a better level of chakra control than Six Tails. And then when Pain can just put Six Tails in a Chibaku Tensei.
Okay, this kind of goes back to like. Wait, hold up.
Victor, you do not
Okay,
have time to dick ride. Hop off dick.
Yeah, I'm not dick riding. What does
to,
being able to do a
finish
jutsu
it.
not indicate a better level of chakra control?
Yeah, he got server muted. He did this in my last debate with CJ. He just unmuted and started talking shit for no reason.
Anyways,
Anyway,
what you got
yeah.
to say?
I don't think there's any way for either interpretation to be over the other, but I do think this connects back. Okay, my interpretation for this again, before we if we move on to something else, is that Minato talks to Naruto about how he should probably be able to use the Nine-Tails chakra, and then Naruto thinks about Sasuke after he has this conversation. So it's safe to assume that what Minato's bar for Nine-Tails, using the Nine-Tails chakra, is Naruto's would be now that he knows what its peak is. He doesn't know exactly, but he knows that that's what he's aiming for, the peak. And the Six Tails isn't just the peak because it's the Nine-Tails. So that on top of it showing the same Minato conversation again when Naruto hits KCM2 would just mean that Six Tails is not his criteria for what he would need to beat Sasuke. But I also this also kind of goes back to the Sasuke link in the scale where Naruto. Hold up. Is that Kage-sama Sasuke in the scan I just sent?
What scan did you? Oh, in the scan you sent, yes, that is Kage-sama Sasuke.
All right. Never mind what I was just about to say. But the thing I just said, I was going to say that Naruto doesn't know how strong MS Sasuke is, but if that's Kage-sama Sasuke and this is post Kage-sama, then that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I just said about the Minato statement, yeah, I still stand by that.
The fucking spider on my wall. Anyways, I think I already addressed all that.
You're not going to kill the spider first?
No, it's cool. I already specified that, the lack of the word mastery, thinking back to the Six Tails, probably just implies that in Naruto's mind, he thinks what Minato would mean is a controlled version of the Six Tails, where he's obviously not gonna kill everyone. And if that's the case, that would just mean that Pain can Shibaku Tensei at Six Tails, that would be beating up Sasuke, who's relative to Itachi.
I just realized here in this scan that I sent, it says, but when Pain took Hinata down, I lost it again. So it's only referring to the way he flipped shit when Pain got rid of, or whatever he did to Hinata. It's not that's not his what he envisions as
He
the
says,
peak
but
of
when
his
Pain
ability.
took it down, I lost my shit.
When Pain took Hinata down,
He
I lost it again.
rebuilt
So the
the
fact.
seal.
So
And
the
then
fact
wait.
that
Hold on.
Hold on. So the fact that it says right here, when Pain took Hinata down, I lost it again, only refers to the fact that Six Tails Naruto is what appeared when Pain took Hinata down. Has nothing to do with what he thinks he
later
needs to
on.
Sasuke.
I already know what you're about to say. Later on, he then goes, but I need the Nine-Tails chakra to fight Sasuke. So then he thinks back. So he's thinking back to the time when he lost shit, and he's thinking I need that, but I can't lose control like that again. Because if I lose control like that again, people are gonna die.
Do you know what chapter this scan is from? Does
No.
anyone know what chapter? Hold on. Because I don't hold on. Look at verbatim. Hold on, let me read this.
Hate when niggas say verbatim. Just say the scan says this.
Verbatim. Okay, so this is let me read this scan, what he says word for word. But when Pain took Hinata down, I lost it again. My heart linked to Nine-Tails' will all by itself. I'm okay now because the fourth Hokage rebuilt the seal, but it could fall apart again. This
oh my gosh, I already read this scan,
No,
Diego.
hold up. I'm trying to convey my point. Hold up, bro. Hold up a cotton picking minute. But I need
You can't say that.
Nine-Tails chakra to fight. Why not?
Bro,
It's
this
racist.
is on recording, bro.
You just told me to cotton pick for a minute. Y'all heard that?
No. Oh my god. No. It's not like that. But hold up.
Do you even have an Itachi skill?
I do. If you want to like move on to that, because I don't think we're gonna get anywhere with this game.
Sure.
All right, so hold up. Let me get my scans for this.
I'm just gonna steal my skill, bro.
Also, just like cut that out the recording.
You can't.
I mean, is someone gonna like upload it to YouTube? Like Rico?
Probably just gonna put the power in the power channel and just leave it there for people to watch. The only
Alright.
person who might upload it is Rico, and I don't think Rico's gonna cut the recording.
Anyway, so Pain, it's like pretty heavily, not even heavily implied, just outright stated like multiple times that Pain had like his hands full with Jiraiya, and Jiraiya could have beaten him if he had like all the context. And let me type the scale.
Oh my fucking god! I already know what scale you're about to use.
Let me just type the scale.
Let me just copy paste it. It's already in my thing.
No, I can't. I did this. This is my own research, bro.
Your own stink shirts, bro. Yeah,
Alright,
I already knew. Any contentions? Pain was just capping.
Oh, really? Is that why? Is that why both? It's self-admitted, so there's no reason to like look at it beyond face value of him just saying that Jiraiya would beat him. And also later when Obito says it about,
wait.
hold up. When Obito says the same, like in a mocking way, he's like, "Oh, Obito," or no, Obito wasn't talking about himself, but Pain had his hands full with Jiraiya. Like neither Pain nor Conan, who's like Pain Dick Rider #1, like contested it.
You realize how context heavy that is? Hold on. So first off, the Pain statement where he says, like, if Jiraiya knew our secret, then he could have beaten me. That could have so many different interpretations because he specifies that if he knew like their secret, then they could have beaten him. You realize Jiraiya at the time had a charged up jutsu in the sewer system where they couldn't accurately like figure out where Jiraiya would be. So he's able to take Pain's off guard. So if Pain went in with like all 6 paths of pain, or if Jiraiya knew that there was 6 paths of pain, I should say, because it's about if Jiraiya knew the secret, and then Jiraiya was like had his plan play out the exact same, and he genjutsu'd all 6 paths of pain, that would just screw over Pain because there's no more pains left. Or it could be referring to the secret that Nagato isn't among them because Nagato is pretty defenseless. He's like a cripple who is like the only thing he can really do is like shoot like spears from his chair. So if Jiraiya knew, he could just use the sewer systems to get to Nagato and then like snap his neck or something. Since I mean he already decommissioned the Conan before this, so he wouldn't even have that much. And then the other part of this scale, the other part of the statement from Obito. Obito's consistently known for poking fun at Pain to kind of like test him. Because
okay, well let's talk about Pain's statement before we talk about Obito's statement. All right.
I already talked about Pain's statement.
Yeah, I'm gonna address your refutation. I'm gonna address your refutation. Okay, that is on me. I'll admit I did bring up 2. I should have just like waited, but let me go ahead. Then. All right. So about like, oh well, there's context. I don't really see why any sort of context is necessary past Pain outright admitting himself that Jiraiya would beat him.
As if the context
like looking any further, looking any further, hold up. Looking any further beyond that is just like sort of unfounded skepticism. Like if the character themselves is saying that this character would beat them, then there's no reason to like really look beyond that. Like
a statement from a character saying this character would beat me, and a statement where he says if he knew our secret, he could have beaten us or he would have beaten us, is 2 totally different things. Because if I just go and I say, oh yeah, Gump would beat the shit out of me in a fight, then you're probably just going to think Gump would probably just like slam me on my neck or something on the concrete, just leave me there. But Pain specifically says if he knew our secret, he would have beaten us. So then it just goes to, it like, the skepticism wouldn't be unfounded because it's founded on the fact that Pain specifies under what circumstance. The only thing we don't know is the secret. Pain has multiple secrets. He has the 6 bodies, which he hid 6, and then Jiraiya basically just had like a one-shot kill-all jutsu if they were out. And then on top of that, he has like a vulnerable body where if Jiraiya can get there, he'll just like snap Nagato's neck, and then all the pains are just dead. and he would have won the fight. So those are two ways Jiraiya could win the fight that don't discount Pain just being above him overall in like stats and ninjutsu. So then it wouldn't like go against Pain being above Itachi.
I'm sorry, could you repeat those Jiraiya win cons for me real quick? What you just said?
The Jiraiya win cons, hiding in the sewer and waiting until all 6 bodies come out so he could just hit them with a one shot, hit all jutsu, which wouldn't really have anything to do with stats or like Pain's, better ninjutsu, which he wasn't even using at this point. Or he could just find Nagato's real body, but while the Pains are looking for him and just like snap Nagato's neck.
Wouldn't he have to be able to get the genjutsu off and be able to escape to find Nagato and the Pains? If they're faster than him, he won't be able to do that.
We've seen that the Pains aren't like, there's not like big speed gaps between each of them, right? And we've seen that the Pains, when they get caught off guard, because Jiraiya specifically hid in the sewers to catch them off guard, then he's able to knock 2 down off guard and then use a fireball to cover the vision of 1, right? So he can just use these strategies, which don't really have anything to do with his like stats being better, and then he can just hit them. So then you just add some more Pains into the mix, and he'll just cover their vision, which at this point he already understands they have shared vision. So he can use a smoke bomb or a fireball, and then he just hit them with the jutsu, which would leave all 6 passive Pain out of commission.
So the Diva path is like capable of reacting to like some of Sage Naruto's attacks and like blocking them, and then there are other paths of Pain that like Jiraiya can like sort of like they kind of struggle to react to him a little bit. Do you think that like Sage Naruto and Sage Jiraiya are like relative in speed, since you said all the paths don't have that much of a difference in their speed?
I said there isn't much big speed gaps, but I didn't say between the paths. I said I was speaking between the characters. I don't think there's a speed blitz tier between. If I had made a tier list and I put Jiraiya a tier below Sage Naruto and Pain, I don't think there's a speed tier gap between Jiraiya, Sage Naruto, and Pain. And all of the only thing that would lead, the only conclusion we would get by saying that Sage Naruto is a speed blitz above Jiraiya is that Pain was just either the 3 bodies he didn't have out, or just a speed blitz above the 3 bodies that Jiraiya could actually somewhat evade, or that would just mean that Pain was just holding back in chakra, so that Pain, like when Pain would show up against Sage Naruto, he's just using more chakra to amp his stats, which either way would just lead to the conclusion that Jiraiya doesn't really scale to Pain. But what I was saying is that there's not much of a speed gap in between any of these characters. I don't think there's like multiple speed, but it's just like if I put it in crosswords terms, I don't think Jiraiya's lightning speed, Pain's like lightning speed plus, and then Itachi's like MFTO plus. I think they're all just around the same tier. Can someone ban Itboy from the server? I'm so tired of him talking. Itboy has never contributed anything good to a conversation.
Bro, don't type in scan.
Okay.
Don't type in scan.
He's typing again. Just server mute him. But anyway, so you're saying? I'm sorry.
Wait. This is it's not like a different point, but this is more evidence for there not being big speed blitz gaps. The back of a Valium. Once Naruto gets perfect Sage mode, it kind of doesn't really know who to win, but obviously later it get confirmed who would win. So I would just take that as like the gap between Sage Naruto and Sage Jiraiya isn't as big as we think in like the grand scheme of things. Like if you put them on a graph, it wouldn't be like a world of a difference. But Naruto just like has like an advantage against him.
So do you want to like move on from the Pain statement?
Yeah.
So we can talk about Obito now.
Oh yeah, Obito. I think Obito is genuinely just poking fun at Pain because this is something he quite consistently does. There's a statement from Obito where he like kinda insinuates that Pain would have his hands full with like Kakashi and Rasen Shuriken Naruto, even though Pain is relative or great, or Pain just showcases that he's greater than Sage Naruto on numerous different occasions, being able to Chibaku Tensei the Six Tails and react to the Six Tails. He also just outright beats Naruto. So I just think that Obito is just poking fun at Pain because he kind of treats Pain as like nothing. Like he sees Pain as an underling. He actually just says as much. I can get that statement for you.
Sure.
I don't think anything that Obito says there is like, well, okay. Even if we took that at face value, it is true that like the 3 paths of Pain did have their hands full because Jiraiya used like different tactics to kind of fuck with Pain, and like take down those 3 paths. But I don't think that. I also don't think that leads anywhere. I just think that Obito was just fucking with him.
Do you want me to wait for you to get the statement before I reply, or?
You can start replying now. I'm gonna, unless you need to see the statement.
I want to see the statement.
Oh, I had it. Oh, I put it in the Obito section, not the Pain section. He literally in this game says my underling Pain. So he kind of doesn't really see Pain as much.
I'll read the scandal. All right. Even if Obito is like joking, okay. So this, did I send the?
You didn't send it, but I just
let me send it because I have to like. Let me send it because I have to like reference it, and I gotta like look at it. Hold up. I had this shit like right in front of my face.
This nigga Lucky is so fat, bruh.
What the fuck? Oh, here we go. I was about to say I had this shit right in front of my face and it disappeared. But so Obito says you seem to be struggling, and then he says we had an unexpected invader, whatever the fuck that word is. So he's kind of like acknowledging that he did struggle. And then Obito, you're right, Obito is kind of joking with him. He says for an unstoppable all-knowing pain, but and then okay, right after that he acknowledges that Obito is like right, but even if Obito is joking, that doesn't mean that he's not like giving like an actual opinion. He thinks like I'm fat and you can make fun of me for being fat, but in reality I am fat. That doesn't mean I'm not fat anymore because you joked about
just
it.
Confirmed he's fat recording.
I mean, who cares? But the two aren't mutually exclusive, or like they can't coexist.
Yeah,
like
that's
Obito
why
can be making a joke and like giving like an actual opinion, and Pain agrees with his opinion. And the thing that you referenced where he's like, oh, I don't know, Naruto took down 2 of Kakazu's hearts. Neither Pain nor Conan, who like I said is Pain Dig Rider #1, like contest Obito saying anything about him struggling with Jiraiya. Like Pain acknowledges that, and Conan doesn't say anything to it. But when Obito does say, "Oh, Naruto took Kakazu's hearts," Conan is like, "Oh, save your whatever she said." You know, Pain's never lost a battle. So she has shown before that she will, if she thinks something is like not worth mentioning or is like contestable, then she will contest it. But here she doesn't contest it.
Well,
like, she doesn't say
at this
anything.
point, this takes place after, right? So Conan not contesting this can just be her realizing that Obito's a dickhead, and there's not much to really contest. Because I'm pretty sure when she goes to like kind of talk shit to Obito, he kind of like backs down because you know it's just them really testing their resolve. And like I already said,
I mean,
this
okay.
statement-
Wait, before you go on, before you move on, you're about to move on.
No,
You're
I'm
about to move
not.
on. Okay, go ahead. Fine, go ahead.
I'm gonna still talk about this statement.
All
Like I said, even if the statement is technically true, we don't have to take it at face value. If Pain is technically having his hands full, right, it can be within context of the fight. And within context of the fight, 3 paths of Pain got taken down. And if Obito is just like chilling, or he has like Zetsu as a spy, and they're like sensing the chakra of Pain fluctuate because Pain is using all these different jutsu to combat what Jiraiya is doing. Because Jiraiya uses his fastest attack, Pain summons. Pain also summoned 3 different things, which 2 I'm pretty sure got destroyed by Jiraiya. And Pain just like would be acknowledging like, yes, I did kind of struggle, but like the struggle wasn't something that necessarily downscales Pain. It would just mean that in context of the fight, he did struggle. He did have to, utilize a bit of chakra. But this doesn't mean that if Pain pull up with like Tendo and just use like a Shinra Tensei, he wouldn't be able to like more easily kill Jiraiya and therefore Itachi. Because I already given my scaling for Pain over Itachi.
All right, well, in the context, or the first thing you said, you're like, oh, well, maybe she learned her lesson. There's like no way to prove that.
It doesn't necessarily need to be proven. Something can be
a baseless assumption.
Something can be like you realize like a possibility is something that exists without contradiction. Conan isn't like a dumb person who will repeatedly slam her head against a wall if she starts to realize that like, this nigga is a dickhead.
Like I said, like, this is baseless. But
it's not baseless. It can be based on her not being a stupid ass nigga.
This is baseless. But anyway,
do you think Conan is stupid?
Yeah. What IQ feats does she have?
No, IQ
what
does she have?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Not a single one.
Wait,
not a single one.
I mean, Pain trusts her. You think Pain would trust someone stupid if he's all knowing?
Yes, he trusts Hidan and like Deidara to go catch Biju for his like grand plan.
The Biju fucking suck.
Yeah, so does Hidan and Deidara. They're like
not worse than the Biju though.
Hidan probably, yeah.
I mean, they can take down Biju. Hidan doesn't
also, the Biju aren't like stupid. They're really smart. Like they know they're smart.
Yeah.
Like Biju, like Kurama, are like comparable to Kakashi and shit. Like,
do you really think it's fair to compare like Kurama to
There's nothing to imply that Kurama would be like massively smarter than the other ones.
I mean,
they've lived for an equal amount of time.
They've
lived for like an equal amount of time.
Equal amount of time doesn't mean an equal amount of smarts. Kurama just showcases that he's the stronger of them.
Is there anything to imply that Kurama?
And he's like more of a strategist than them.
Like even the other Biju are smarter than Kurama. Like Kurama says something about like the tails meaning power, and Gyuki's like, no, you're wrong. It's not true. So Kurama's not even like the smartest. I'm just using Kurama as an example.
Kurama doesn't have to be necessarily the smartest to be smart.
Okay, this is way off topic. I'll hear what you have to say though, because I still.
No, we could just move on. What do you?
Right. So you said like Pain acknowledging that he struggled with Jiraiya is just like meaning that he struggled within this context, but Pain saying that if he knew our secret means that like even outside of that context, Jiraiya like could have still beaten him anyway.
That just means there's 2 different contexts in which Pain could struggle. One, if Jiraiya knew the secret, which I've already established why if Jiraiya knew the secret, there could be a way for Jiraiya to win without necessarily having to scale over Pain and pretty much anything outside of being able to utilize the tunnels. So if you want to say like a tunnel Jiraiya amped, Jiraiya can fucking beat the 6 paths, sure, right? Because that would be in context. But that also ignores the other possibility, which could be the secret, is that Nagato... Actually, both could be a secret, because both can exist at once. So if one of the secrets is that if Jiraiya knew the 6 bodies, he could just hide until he can cast a Genjutsu on all 6 at once. Or Pain could also mean that he could also take advantage of the other secret, which would just be pulling up and snapping Nagato's neck and having all the bodies fall. Neither one would necessarily lead to any kind of scale chain. And then within this context, he's talking about the 3 bodies which struggled. Which the 3 bodies struggling also doesn't mean anything, because the 3 bodies struggling was in context of them getting pulled up on a fucking tunnel and outsmarted.
So, do you think that the Pains are like different in intelligence? Like some are smarter. The paths are smart. Some are smarter than others.
No, I think obviously no, like Nagato, but them getting outsmarted, like Jiraiya being smarter,
they're all controlled by the same guy.
Yeah, Jiraiya being smarter though, that doesn't really refute anything.
Yeah, but you said that that Jiraiya outsmarted them.
Yeah.
So if he can
I
outsmart,
also agree
yeah,
that he could
hold
outsmart the six pass, though.
hold up. If you agree, if you have already said that Jiraiya can like outsmart like if you just agreed, no, oh my god. If you just said that Jiraiya can outsmart those three paths, and those three paths are all like all the pains are controlled by like the same guy, and then you like also said that the pains aren't necessarily that different in their physical stats, and that this means that Jiraiya should just be able to do that to literally every single path.
I already said that if you put Jiraiya in a tunnel or put him somewhere where he can hide and take the pass off guard, right? And then Jiraiya can outsmart the six paths. But that still doesn't go with stats, though. We're talking about stats and like the ninjutsu Pain can use. If Pain pulled up with Tendo and then cast a Chibaku Tensei, him saying that Jiraiya could beat him doesn't mean Jiraiya would throw over Sengon and blow up the Chibaku Tensei. Which then that wouldn't debunk Pain being over Itachi. Because for all we know, because there isn't really much to go off, if you put Itachi in the same situation in those tunnels, who knows? Maybe like Jiraiya would hit him with a sound genjutsu, and that would be it for Itachi.
All right. I don't think there's any way for us to like come to a conclusion on this. If you want, what'd you say?
We can just move on then.
Yeah. Okay. So you use 2 scales. If you want, I could use a second scale. I have some others.
It's almost been an hour. Once the bot hits an hour,
what time is
it? It'll leave. Unless you have like a short scale.
Oh yeah, I have a short scale. Hold up.
When did this debate start?
Like
started at 12:55. 12:55.
Oh, my bad.
So once the bot hits an hour, it'll leave automatically, and it won't save the recording.
Oh my god, where is this?
Cole, you said there's 8 minutes left on the bot?
Yeah, because if it started at 55 and it's 47 right now. So
yeah. You can just pull out a scale.
So the Amaterasu is stated to be the greatest ocular.
Talking about a Edo Amaterasu or an alive Amaterasu.
Why is there a difference?
I mean, you realize. Do you think Sikatachi and Edo Itachi are like the same?
No, I'm asking you. Why is there a difference?
Well, if Sikatachi is weaker than Edo Itachi because
why
of
is
sickness,
Sikitachi weaker than Edo Itachi?
You realize chakra is like physical, mental, spiritual, and Itachi has a physical sickness. And Zetsu thinks that Itachi can't dodge these things because he's sick.
You realize that Edo Tensei are like weaker than their alive version?
The Edo Tensei statement about being weaker than the alive version is from, first off, it's from Orochimaru talking about the Hokage. Second, it's in context to that it can't perfectly replicate your alive prime power, but the Itachi we know who's alive is sick, and because he's sick, he has something else nerfing him. So if the Edo Tensei brings him back without that sickness, he wouldn't have that sickness nerf. He would be relative to a hypothetical alive prime version of himself, like an alive healthy version of himself, I'd say.
Okay, why do you differentiate Kabuto and Orochimaru's Edo? Like, can you prove that Kabuto's are better?
I'm pretty sure Kabuto just says as much.
Can you send the statement?
Let me see. Kabuto, because Kabuto. This nigga Chrome. Oh, it's understated Kabuto. Nature.
Nigga, Rico Dick Ride. Man. Wasn't
I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't say it, but he does say he improved the Edos using Anku's curse mark.
Well, him improving it just means that it could be better than it was before. It doesn't mean that it's better than Orochimaru's. So I guess we just don't go anywhere with that. So
Well, you still can't link. There's no links between, the statement Oro makes and the statement there's anything about like Kabuto's Edos, because
I mean, the statement just says Edo Tensei.
because you realize that Edo Tensei is not like a stagnant jutsu, right?
Anyway, the Edo Tensei just says that, or the statement about Edo Tensei just says that they're weaker than their real life counterparts. Like there's no more context needed.
The statement is the statements about the Edo Hokage though, which are brought forth by Oro, right? So even though they don't say, well, my Edo Tensei, it would be the only Edo Tensei in the room, right?
Well, if he doesn't say my Edo Tensei or this specific Edo Tensei, then this is just like a baseless assumption on your part.
Do you think he knows anything about the Edo Tensei outside?
I mean, he studied. He's one of the smartest characters in the verse. He studied the Edo Tensei like extensively.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. But they went straight from that cave to the Hokage area so they could revive the Hokage, right? Using the fucking mask, right? And then later, earlier in the show, actually, we learned the Edo Tensei is not like a stagnant jutsu. I'm pretty sure Oro is the one who actually says his Edo Tensei. He perfected Edo Tensei.
Can you send that statement? Can you send that statement?
Let me find it. It would be crazy if this statement doesn't exist either.
Actually, even if that statement does exist, this has nothing to do with Kabuto's.
It would just mean that the jutsu.
It just means that Kabuto's is even worse. Because hold up. It would just mean that Kabuto's is even worse. Because if Orochimaru was the one that perfected it, and they're still not at their like complete power, then Kabuto's is worse. And that just means that Itachi.
First off, that would assume that nigga is worse, right? And also, what can be perfected in someone's mind, right, doesn't mean that it can't be perfected by someone else. Because you realize what Kabuto tries to do is he takes Oro's abilities and stacks it with other people's abilities so it can become stronger than everyone. He continues to grow and learn, right? So if Kabuto took the Edo Tensei, he probably wouldn't stop trying to improve on it, which is why when he talks to Madara the first time, he's like, I'm going to bring you back like even better than you were before. And Madara kind of talks shit back, like, you don't know anything about my power. But then he finds out that Kabuto did know that he had a Rinnegan in his life, which he gave to Edo Madara.
Did you find the statement?
Fuck no.
Also, it just doesn't exist. All right.
No, I'm pretty sure it exists. I just stopped looking for it because you said even if it does exist, then, I mean, like, I figure you were just taking it as true. Pretty sure it's on the rooftop.
I mean, if the statement is irrelevant anyway, then don't really worry about it. What were we even arguing?
You were trying to establish a link between Oro's Edos and Kabuto's Edos.
Oh, you said which? I mean, like the origin of that rabbit hole. You said like, does it like Edo Itachi using Amaterasu makes it the strongest, whatever. But like nothing in the scan even like says that it's specifically because that they're using. It just says the greatest offensive.
Do you think every Amaterasu used by a character is equal?
Sure, why not?
Do you realize how dumb that is?
I mean, what's wrong with it?
You know what goes into a jutsu, right? Like into a jutsu, you put like your own chakra, and then there's like chakra control, and chakra control between characters vary. So a Rasengan from a Naruto would obviously be different than a Rasengan from a like an adult Naruto, even though they're the same person, right?
Well, there are different things that go into that. Like the Rasengan has to be like, I have to make it, and then I have to run up to you and shove it inside you. There's like
and you
the
realize
speed at which I can run towards you. There's the speed at which I can run. Okay, go ahead.
The Amaterasu has the chakra you put into it, which you would be assuming that the sickness wouldn't have any hold on Itachi's chakra, even though chakra is physical and the sickness is physical, right? And then there's chakra control put into it, which would assume that like the chakra control that might be interfered with, or probably is being interfered with by the sickness, is the exact same as the chakra control being used by an Edo?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
I didn't ask you a question. I was just telling you
what did you
that there's
say?
assumptions that go in with assuming that every single Amaterasu is the same. Because I would be assuming like adult Sasuke's Amaterasu is the same as like a teen Sasuke's Amaterasu, and is the same as like an Itachi's Amaterasu.
Can you prove that there are differences between each one?
I already told you why. There would be chakra
And
control and
also,
chakra put into
also
it.
I've just, like I've said, Kabuto doesn't mention anything about a difference. He just says it's the greatest ocular.
He doesn't need to
offensive
mention
ocular
something.
jutsu.
That would be I'm pretty sure that's an argument from silence. Just because something isn't stated doesn't mean it's not true, or can't be true. And if
I mean, I'm
something
not saying
can
that
be
it
true,
can't be true. I'm just saying at best these interpretations equal out.
yeah, you realize we argue for like probability and possibility, right? So you would need to argue for what's most likely probable, because what you were making was a positive claim. And if you can't establish why your positive claim would be most likely probable, then it would be no. Because even if we end on like a draw of we can't prove it, then your claim would just be gone.
I never made like a positive claim that Itachi's Sikitachi's Amaterasu is stronger than either Edo Itachi's
You
or
have
EMS
to.
Sasuke's. I just said that Kabuto says that Amaterasu is the greatest offensive ocular jutsu, and Itachi has
But
the
you realize,
Amaterasu. That's all I
you
said.
realize that if you're trying to say that Itachi's Amaterasu is the strongest offensive jutsu, which I'm assuming you're using to put Itachi over pain, right? If you're using that, you would be assuming that Edo Itachi's Amaterasu is the same as Sikitachi's, because you would be assuming that first off, Kabuto in context isn't talking about Edo Itachi. You would also be assuming that the Amaterasus are the same if you're trying to prove that Sikitachi has the strongest offensive jutsu, right?
Well, it's not. Hold on, before you finish that, it's not Edo Itachi that uses Amaterasu in the scan. It's EMS Sasuke. But
Okay, well then you would be either way. You realize like that would be trying to link like Kabuto's statement to a Sikitachi, which Kabuto's statement just doesn't have to be about a Sikitachi.
I never made like a link. All I said is that
If there's no
says,
link, then what does this have to do with Sikitachi over pain? There has to be a link, or it goes nowhere.
Okay. Kabuto says that the Amaterasu, he doesn't say Sasuke's Amaterasu or Edo Itachi's. He just says the greatest. This is all I said when I made the statement. The greatest offensive ocular jutsu, which he's talking about Amaterasu, and Itachi has Amaterasu. And since Amaterasu is the greatest offensive ocular jutsu, that means it would be better than Pain's Rinnegan abilities. So
Wait. Then you would be linking it to Sikitachi, because which we already went over why it doesn't have to be talking about Sikitachi's Amaterasu. So we can just move on.
I mean, you just said that. I told you that he doesn't refer to any specific version of the Amaterasu, and you're like, "Oh, that's an argument from silence." But even if it's like, why doesn't he have to?
You don't have to specifically mention something by name for it to, in context, be talking about this thing, right?
I mean, he does for you to have to like try to add the context that he's talking about Sasuke and Itachi, or this specific Sasuke and Itachi. Excuse me.
This specific Sasuke and Itachi, right? They would just be different than a Sikitachi. I don't even think Kabuto would know anything.
That's not replying to what I said. That's not replying.
Does Kabuto know anything about a Sikitachi?
That's not replying to what I said. That's not replying to what I said.
If he doesn't know anything about a Sikitachi, then how would he know that Sikitachi?
You're not replying to what I said. You're not replying to what I said.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said that Kabuto doesn't mention a specific version of the Amaterasu in this statement. So to try to assume that he specifically means EMS Sasuke or Edo Itachi is baseless, because there's no like suggestion that he's specifically
you realize if you're trying to link it to a Sikitachi, you'd be assuming that Kabuto in this context would either know anything or even be thinking about Sikitachi's Amaterasu. He wouldn't know.
So he has
Edo Itachi's Amaterasu or a EMS Sasuke's Amaterasu can be the greatest offensive genjutsu or greatest offensive jutsu, which could be greater than like Chibaku Tensei, but a Sikitachi's doesn't have to. And if I've already scaled pain
there's no basis for you to make that distinction about EMS Sasuke specific is like the best one.
We can move on. We've already spoken about it because you realize.
I think. Wait. We went over the recording. We went over the recording.
Right. No, we didn't. The recording's still in here.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You realize if Kabuto doesn't know anything about Itachi, and he's talking to an Iemasaki and an Edo Itachi, then how would he know that Itachi's Amaterasu is greater than like Obito's Kamui or like a Chibaku Tensei from Pain?
Okay.
He can still be speaking general while only knowing about these two Amaterasus in the room. So yes, it would be in context of something because everything you say has some context around it. If I say I hate everyone here, I'm probably talking about everyone in VC.
If he's speaking, what did you say, Troy?
Nothing.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, we can. I do have another. I do have another skill, but we went 2 for 2, so I think we could just like conclude
in the recording.
Yeah.
Or you want to give a conclusion? I don't think one is necessary.
Do you want to conclude or just me?
No, I don't need to conclude. Conclusions are stupid.
Bro, just wrap it up. It's over.
Okay. All I'll say is like I'll